King Louie is a 4 out of 4. It's just too fun of a song.
Good.
Hello, and welcome to this part of the pond, where it's the bullfrog still without the newt. School is taking a big toll on the guy. Sheesh. But through the magic of green screen and audio, we can do this.
Face reveal at 100,000 subscribers.
We would want the subscribers, and you want to see that face. Here in the pond, we have a goal, a great goal. Who is Disney's greatest villain? We are basically looking for this.
You could have just let me go, and perhaps I would have spared you.
But as Disney. But how we're doing this is not through opinion or a poll. We're doing a formula. If you want to know more, go here. And as you saw at the very beginning of this video, we're going to analyze I kind of mentioned it with design, how King Louie's presence is really wrapped around the song I Want to Be Like You. And we're going to highlight more of this. So the formula, within the formula,
a double-decker taco supreme
has no meaning here. We're going to go skiwampus here. And to highlight that, we have to go into King Louie's time first. We do this for every Disney villain. We time them to see how much they are on screen. With King Louie, we also I timed how much does he read off the script. And to go more in depth, we have to go into our handy dandy notebook. And King Louie, estimatedly, is on time 4 minutes and 18 seconds, estimatedly. So he just talks for 36 seconds. And if you look at the song, I Want to Be Like You, it has a 38-second instrumental intro before you hear the song, I Want to Be Like You. So even him talking, it's still building up to the song, I Want to Be Like You. And yeah, the song, I Want to Be Like You, it's around 4 minutes and 40 seconds. But King Louie, when he's seen while that song is going on, you notice there's parts where it's Baloo and Bagheera talking over the instrumental. That whole song, it doesn't have all of King Louie there. Him just being part of the song and singing the song is 3 minutes and 57 seconds. When I say it's 10 to 20% of script surrounding King Louie, it is 10 to 20% surrounding King Louie. It is very unique to have the fact that you don't exist in the book. But when someone talks about the book, they think of you because of the movie and because of the movie soundtrack. It's too prominent. It's too well placed and put together. It is too iconic.
Nice manners.
That allows King Louie to break the limit when it comes to presence. To the point where if we rate him for his presence, he is a 5 out of 4.
What?
Did you see that coming?
What you fail to understand, strength always prevails.
This is far less, well, extensive for King Louie. He has only really 2 powers, well, 3 powers that he has. One of them is his strength. Look at how much he can lift, people. That is huge and big and very, very prominent. To the point where, yeah, if you want to get punched by that, it could kill you. But he doesn't do it. What? He relies on his army of monkeys. Well, his huge band of monkeys to per se, so that's part of his power as well. And we'll go more into that with henchmen. And then that leads to his third power, and that is, yes, the song, I Want to Be Like You. Well, it shows off that those who are weak to the sounds of music.
Well, man, what a beat. I'm gone, man. Solid gone.
Not yet, Balloon!
And I admit, I am one of them. But the song has to be good in order to attract my vibe. But I am weak to that. Will fall under his musical power. So Mowgli and Baloo fell susceptible to King Louie's magical voice and sound. These are his powers, and that what he is capable of. And again, not that much to go into, thank goodness. But it kind of says how strong, it points out how strong he is and how big he is with that strength. So on a scale of 1 out of 4, I give him a 2 when it comes to power. And with henchmen, you have to achieve balance.
As all things should be.
With henchmen, there's 2 things you need to have. Independence and dependence. But you have to balance between both of these 2. You can be independent, but too independent that you could rebel against your master. But if you're dependable, you may be too dependable to the point that your master has no power because you're the one giving him so much power. That if you remove yourself, your villain loses so much. It could hurt them. And with King Louie's band of monkeys as henchmen, they show off, a good chunk of them are very dependable on him. And they're not very independent. Other than the trumpeter, there's no real independence for them. But at the same time, they are the band of monkeys. These are the guys accompanying King Louie to his sound. And King Louie, with his words, is just beautiful.
Now don't try to kid me, man cub. I made a deal with you. What I desire is man's red fire to make my 3 cups. Give me the power of man's red flower so I can be like you.
King Louie's power really excels when he is singing. When them just being a band, which you hear in the background when he's talking to Mowgli, the band is just a band. But when King Louie sings, and they're now joining King Louie's power is at its peak. So, yeah, I can see how there's some more powered with the henchmen, but yet not as much. But it's not halfway. So I'll give them a 3 out of 4.
Es muy bueno.
Which leads us to the final chapter of King Louie. His acts of villainy.
And yet, despite all those advantages upon achieving power, you abused it habitually.
And during that huge, long discussion about his design and the stories around of King Louie's design, what happens in this part of the movie is really the darkest and scariest part. Mowgli getting kidnapped by the monkeys.
Really?
The writers and the animators and the performers gave King Louie, turned this dark spot into something not really scary. But Mowgli does get kidnapped. And the monkeys, in the acts of villainy, mainly the henchmen's side, do defeat Baloo the bear with numbers and trickery. So there is strategy among them.
Excellent.
Should have put this spot in the henchman. My bad. Kind of describes why the monkeys are kind of dangerous. Because everyone in the jungle, in Jungle Book, knows that Shere Khan is afraid of fire.
Fire! That's the only thing old Stripes is afraid of.
He hates man with a vengeance. You know that. Because he fears man's gun and man's fire.
And that the monkeys, more than anything, want Mowgli to teach them fire. It's kind of laying down the groundwork of they want to be feared, they want to have power. over the jungle a whole lot more. And if the monkeys have power over fire, they have power over Shere Khan, which puts them, the number one, in control.
Laid a secret on me. A man's red fire. Fire.
So that's what that scoundrel's after. I'll tear him limb from limb.
This is what they want. They want power. They want to achieve that. However, Mowgli doesn't know.
But I don't know how to make fire.
So their great goal of what they want to achieve can never be given. Because they didn't realize Mowgli was born and raised in the jungle. He'll never know how fire works.
No! 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 No!
Poor guy.
They're not that smart. So their acts of villainy does go down and does place them in a bad spot. And this is all that they achieve. However, there's one problem. Jungle Book 2. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know if King Louie's in there or not. But until I see that movie, I have no idea where to place him. So King Louie is going in the unknown grouping. So until that time comes, we are saying goodbye to the Walt Disney era of Disney villains. We are officially a third done from Disney villains. So the next Disney villain we're going to analyze is going to be in the Dark Age. We're getting closer to the modern era. But until that time comes, this is the Bullfrog signing out. We're getting close to something. Hey. Jungle Book and its soundtrack was one of the first Disney movies to get 2 songs having the Academy Award nomination. Woohoo! And one of those songs ended up winning, Bare Necessities.
So I Want to Be Like You was the first Disney villain to be voiced by a celebrity and the first Disney villain song to get nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah, not bad.